Meb, thanks for joining us. Your global momentum ETF, it's one of the big winners in the ETF space this year, up 6%. S&P's down 14%. Tell us how this works. What does it own, and how often do you rebalance?
Well, this fund doesn't mind being different. And as Tom Lydon, our fellow panelist, knows, I have no problem embarrassing myself. We've sung karaoke together. So this fund is meant to be an outlier in a world of funds that kind of do the same thing. So it can go anywhere. It can do anything. It's a trend-following fund, so it looks for two things. One, what's been going up? That sounds simple enough, right? Over the past year or so, intermediate-term momentum. It looks at the global opportunity set, so stocks, bonds, real estate, commodities, everything. But the key criteria is it has to be in an uptrend. And long-term trend following, something like the 200-day moving average, which has been around for 100 years, right? So those two combinations sometimes can put you in a normal portfolio. In times like now, it's a big outlier. It's a lot of real assets, a lot of commodities, some residential real estate, some utilities mixed in, but a portfolio that for this environment is unique. It's been a while since we've had this inflation, rising inflation. Typically, that is not a warm and fuzzy place for U.S. stocks or stocks in general. So it's saying right now you want to be a little more in the real asset spectrum, which most investors, when we poll them on Twitter, have no exposure to.
Yeah. I want to distinguish between trend following and buying the dips. There's a very important distinction. I want you to make that. And I know, Meb, you did a very famous 2007 white paper on this, but make that distinction for us.
So, there's two pillars or foundation which we build portfolios. One is value. So we find value in all sorts of weird, funky places. And the other is trend. Sometimes those are sort of a yin-yang diversifiers. They look very different, like today, right? So most assets are in a downtrend today. U.S. stocks, foreign stocks, most real estate, bonds even. That's pretty rare, where kind of everything's going down. Commodities and real assets really the only thing going up. Now, my favorite investment is when value and trend overlap, right? A cheap investment that's in an uptrend and is also usually hated. That's not the case right now, particularly with most assets in the world going down. So really, the last place to kind of hang out is in many of these real assets, and particularly the commodity patch.